Well, good morning and what's up, everybody? Today is Friday. Woohoo! And it's almost the weekend. Who's excited? And I bet you are too. So I think today I want to put my own spin on a very popular phrase, especially in America. I don't know about it outside of America, but there's a very popular phrase that goes, just do it. Or if you were saying it, would go this way. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. And the spin I want to put on it is do it anyway. Which is, I guess, kind of the same thing. But in my head, I don't when it comes to things that I want to get done, but it just seems so daunting, and it gives me so much anxiety, because there's so many things that we're all dealing with that gives us that feeling. When I try to pep myself up to do it, I tell myself, do it anyway. Because when I think of just do it, I think of forget all your insecurities, forget all the emotional things that you're feeling, and because they don't matter. But the thing is, they do. One, it's not, I don't think it's good to repress your feelings. I don't think it's good to ignore your feelings. Your feelings are there for a reason. And I'm not saying that the Nike logo or whatever, just do it, is promoting not realizing what your feelings are. That whole campaign is really good from what I've seen, but when it comes to do it anyway, I like to include my feelings. I like to acknowledge what I'm feeling. All the anxiety I'm feeling, I like to acknowledge the fact that this is really hard and this is making me really vulnerable right now, and there's so many things I'd rather be doing than this, but in the long run, this is something that I want to get done, and this is something that I want to achieve and accomplish, and to do that, I will have to somehow get over this hurdle of anxiety and all that crap. So for me right now, the thing that I want to get better at is my singing, obviously, because y'all should know that that's what I do also on this channel, is put out little singing covers. Yeah. And I really want to get better at that, and I'm taking lessons now, yay! And the lessons require a lot of practice and a lot of unlearning of things that I've accidentally taught myself over the years about my singing, and I think I'm on the right track to getting better, but the one place that I've always been really terrible at is practice. And even if it's just for a few minutes every day, you gotta practice, man. You gotta practice to get better at something, anything. And so the problem I usually come up to is when I'm practicing, I make a lot of weird noises. A lot of loud, weird noises. And I live in a house full of people. So it can be kind of embarrassing making all these siren noises and a lot of weird random words just being shouted at what seems like at the top of my lungs. And yeah, that's not something you want everyone to be a part of sometimes. I honestly don't know how professional singers do it. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are awesome. How you got to that level of professionalism, because that took a lot of practice and a lot of practicing around people, because we're all around people all the time, and they're kind of unavoidable, I'm finding out. So until I find a really good place to practice on my own, for at least an hour a day or something like that, I have to practice at home. And I have to tell myself, yeah, you're feeling vulnerable, you're feeling weird, this is awkward, you're gonna sound terrible at times, but do it anyway. So that's how I like to acknowledge when I'm feeling I like to acknowledge that this isn't easy. I like to remind myself that anybody who's gotten to a higher level of what you're doing had to go through the exact same thing. So, I mean, there's really no avoiding it. If there's something you want done, yes, just do it. But if you're someone like me, acknowledge what's happening first. It's okay to acknowledge what is happening first. It sometimes takes a while, but you can't let your feelings stop you. That's the thing. You can acknowledge your feelings, you can know that they're there, but don't let them stop you, because a lot of them are irrational. Yes, they are an indicator of something that you need to figure out, but sometimes those are the things that you need to overcome. So being that self-aware all the time, or as much as you can, you finally get to the place where you keep doing it, and then you come to the place where, wow, a few months ago or a year ago, I was feeling this type of way. And now that I'm coming back to acknowledge my feelings again, you can see just how far you've come. So it involves a lot of self-awareness, and that's something I really want to get better at. And I hope that you guys will understand the benefit and the importance of being self-aware. So, to all of you who are trying to get better at something, who are trying to start something amazing for yourselves, who are trying to step out in faith and put your money where your mouth is. That probably isn't the right saying. To all of you who want to be a writer, and you come to that place where, like, man, I am nowhere near where all these amazing authors are. You know, I'm not J.K. Rowling, I'm not C.S. Lewis, I'm not, I don't know, Nicholas Sparks. I love Nicholas Sparks books. You just gotta do it. You just gotta sit down and write, no matter how terrible it turns out to be. Probably not nearly as terrible as you think it is, by the way. It usually isn't. Tackle it one day at a time, 1 minute at a time if you have to. You know, you will start off slow, but you will eventually get better, and then before you know it, you'll be writing a novel. You'll be writing multiple novels. If it's something that you really want, you just gotta do it. Do it anyway. To all of you artists, yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You just gotta do it anyway. I combine them, just do it anyway. If you start out drawing stick figures, do it. If you start out not being able to draw a hand and it looks kind of funky, do it. If it looks ugly, do it. If you can draw one side of the face perfect but the other side looks like a completely different person, do it. That is the process. That is what it takes. And I actually highly recommend you go onto Pinterest or Google or somewhere where you can find pictures of people's progress. Some people post, like, in this year I drew this character and it looked like this, but 5 years later, here I am, I drew the same character and they look completely different, and it's amazing. And that's what practice takes. That's what doing it anyway looks like at the end. Not even at the end, it's a journey. Maybe you won't ever get to exactly, you know, doing it perfectly, but you'll build character, you will build your own style. And even if your style looks like nobody else's in the history of whatever the heck you're doing, it was still worth doing it anyway. I'm shaking the camera, I'm so sorry. Earthquake. And to all of you who are trying to get healthy, who start on a exercise regimen and fall out a week later. I'm talking to myself here. Some days it's just gonna be one of those days where you hit the gym and you just do not want to be there. I've had so many of those days. And it's so hard to overcome those feelings where you just want to sit down and eat ice cream and just chill out. But that's where discipline comes in. And that's where doing it anyway comes in. Some days you're gonna have awesome days and you can do like 20 reps of something and then do like 13, 14 something more exercises after that. And then you're gonna leave the gym feeling like a superhero. Those are awesome days. But then you have days where you can barely do 5. And as hard as it seems, as weird or as impossible as it sounds, doing it anyway is worth it. It shows you that you can push through anything. And even doing a little bit of it on those days where you just feel like crap is definitely worth it. We are all in the same boat, people. We're all trying to get somewhere and we all have bad days. For a plethora of reasons, and they all suck. But we're awesome human beings. We are awesome creatures who can do so much more than we think we can. And also, this is also why acknowledging your feelings is important, because there are days where you just can't do it. Like, you need a break. And that is also important. So don't mistake this for, if you absolutely cannot, not even, you know, like it's important, like it's like doctor's orders, you can't do it. There are those days too, and it's okay to just take a day off. That's totally fine. But if it's all in your head, and that's where it's important to check your feelings. If it's all in your head, not really in your body, and it's anxiety it's stopping you, and it's just things that you created for yourself, feelings that you created by accident all by yourself, then yeah, check those feelings, get past them, do the little bit that you can, because it'll be worth it. I believe in every single one of you, and I hope you have a fabulous day and a fabulous weekend. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for listening. Bye.